What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Enya, and we're returning to The Memory of Trees, 1995. Thank you again to Yvonne. And the next track in the playlist is Hope Has a Place, which sounds, unsurprisingly, hopeful. I will note the phrasing such that hope is being referred to not as the place itself, not hope is a place, but hope has a place, and thus it is not the location per se, whether that is figurative or literal, but it is an entity which can exist, it can flourish maybe in a given place, and thus serve as the inspiration or motivation, the purpose that it does for those who hold on to hope and use it as a means. So, yes, I mean, that's all very abstract anyway, but yeah, it just struck me when I looked at the title that my first inclination would be maybe to think it would be phrased as hope is a place, but in fact it's hope has a place. So I'll try to catch what I can on a first listen. Let's hear it. This is Enya, Hope Has a Place, and it's from her 1995 album, The Memory of Trees. I'm curious about that last line. More on the lyrics preceding it, but hope in the heart is free. I feel like you could take that in two different directions. One, there is no material cost. It's something that you can manifest based on your own will and your own emotional sentiment. And thus, there is no transactional cost. It does not require material resources. It can be created ex nihilo, so to speak. But also free as in unbounded, as not contained or restricted. It can emerge from that heart if you let it flourish and foster its presence there, and that can have radiating outward effects. But yes, the essential idea that hope has a place in a lover's heart speaks to the way that it can be a hopeful experience if you have love in your heart. And although I guess I'm inclined to see this concept and the lines in relation to like romantic love, I don't think it's specific to that. Or at the very least, I think you could see love as in, love for your fellow humans, love for the earth, love for other living creatures, love for kindness and kind actions, and familial, platonic love. I think you could express it or see the sentiment here in light of all those different directions or types of love, but certainly a lover's heart, it's more specifically geared toward romantic love. So perhaps that is the central meaning or the specific meaning Enya had in mind. But again, I think some of the lines here could be taken more broadly. In fact, part of it is like, what was it? We're all traveling far under the heavens on roads that, what was the phrase? On roads, something, I forget how they were characterized, and I like the phrasing, which is a bit more Latin language, where it's like noun and then the adjective, whereas in English it's typically adjective preceding the noun. But that felt more like this is a life lesson, and she's encouraging anyone listening to give it a fertile place to grow and to billow, and thus eventually radiate outward and be an impact on others and the world around you. But yes, it felt like it was more than just, love is a place where a lover, or your heart is a place where hope can flourish in relation to one other specific person. Even again, if I can see that's probably the central core of the tune. Sonically, I think it's very beautiful. The ambient stylings, vocal ambient, and indeed, people who know my channel for a while will know that not recently, but for the last few years, I've been reacting to tunes by an ambient legend from especially the early 90s and I think late 80s and into the later 90s. I think he passed away. Gosh, I forget what year it was, but basically he is around no more, unfortunately. But John Mark, who makes these 20th century ambient, meaning it's not like Sybient. It's not like the ambient that I have in a lot of my ambient excursions, though I do have a couple ambient excursions with his tunes. But yes, he makes this very like 90s keyboard style ambient. It's absolutely beautiful. This felt like a John Mark tune with incredible Enya vocals. I did also enjoy those subtle like choral vocals, which were supporting the lead vocal line and the overall like keyboard pad ambient atmosphere. But yes, just a very elegant and beautiful tune, and I mean that both in terms of the sonics and the lyrics and the vocals. So I'd take out the word both because that applies to two, and I just listed three things. But yes, a very lovely tune, and one of my favorites I've heard from her yet, maybe my favorite on the album so far. So yes, another incredible tune from Enya. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.